all these old school songs and stuff? Like, what key we in? I'm country. Take me to D flat C sharp, dog. We like black keys. We like black keys. Stuff like, I'm a soldier in the army. We went to the same church. To the same church. You know, I'm a soldier in the I'm a soldier. Let's go, let's go. Everybody clap your hands. I got about 2 minutes to let this go. Y'all ready? They would sing this, Mom. I don't know why they would say, if I die, let me die in the. I'm like, why would you say that? If I die, let me die. Oh, if I die, let me die. Yeah, if I die, let me die. Sunday morning, everybody clap your hands. I feel churchy. I feel quartet. Yeah. Everybody clap your hands. Gonna ride it. 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 2, 3. So I grew up on stuff like that, and I didn't understand the songs. And so another song will come out of the blue. Some of y'all may not know this, you may. They will say, something on the inside, working on the outside. Oh, what a change in my life. I told you, something on the inside, working on the outside. Oh, what a change in my life. And then we'll do it. Everybody clap your hands. Everybody clap your hands. 1, 2, 3. And so I was little, and so I just remember moving around, clapping my hands and jumping. And I'm like, bruh, these songs are really, really good. So somebody will jump up, and then you'll hear another one like this. It will say, living, he loved me. Die. Come on, church, freed me forever. One day is coming back. Glorious day. Come on, one more time. Living, he love it. The same thing. Never he carried my sin. Free me forever. Come on, y'all. One day. Let's go, agape. Here we go. Everybody clap your hands. I'm going down memory lane. 1, 2, 3. Jesus, I'll never forget what you done for me. You say what? Jesus, I'll never say how you what? Oh, Jesus, I'll never forget. No, never. I said, God is a good God. Come on, church. I said, God is a good God. I said, God is a good God. I said, God is a good God. Last time, y'all, everybody clap your hand. Clap your hand. Now, the devil's in between it. Clap your hand. Everybody clap your hand. So I grew up on stuff like that. I didn't, since this is our first time, we on a date tonight.
Good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us for our Good Friday noonday worship. So I'm going to ask that you hit that like button, hit that share button. Let's get the word out. We are live. So let's get the word out. Join us for a word from God. Thank you so much for everybody that's watching us. Remember, we're pushing it hard. We're expecting great things this Sunday. We are 2 days away from Resurrection Sunday, 12:30 p.m. in person worship. Somebody put them 3 words in the chat for me. In person worship. We're going to be at 3225 West Orem Drive, Houston, Texas, 77044. 5. Thank you so much. Thank you all for being here. Let's get into the word. Let's see what God has to say to us. Be blessed. In the Gospel of St. John chapter 19, verse 38 through 42. It finds us a little bit after what we normally celebrate on Good Friday, but God gave me a word to share with you today. St. John 19, verse 38 through 42. And it reads like this from the NIV translation. Later, Joseph of Arimathea asked Pilate for the body of Jesus. Now, Joseph was a disciple of Jesus, but secretly because he feared the Jewish leaders. With Pilate's permission, he came and took the body away. He was accompanied by Nicodemus, the man who earlier had visited Jesus at night. Nicodemus bought a mixture of myrrh and aloes, about 75 pounds. Taking Jesus's body, the two of them wrapped it with spices and strips of linen. This was in accordance with the Jewish burial customs. At the place where Jesus was crucified, there was a garden. Somebody ought to stop right there and say there was a garden. And in the garden, a new tomb in which no one had been laid. Because it was the Jewish day of preparation, since the tomb was nearby, they laid Jesus there. I want to talk from this thought for the next couple of minutes. The dilemma of a dead Jesus. The dilemma of a dead Jesus. I propose this question to you because I think that it is very reflective of what we are dealing with and what we have seen in society today. What do you do when what's in your hand is not what was in your head? What do you do when what you are actually dealing with is not what you had considered that you would have to? What do you do when that child that was in your head to be a future president of the United States, a Fortune 500 company runner? Well, what do you do when that same child is calling you, telling you that they are in jail and need to be picked up? What do you do when it seems like your back is against the wall and people have talked about it and you thought that the job that you're at was going to pay and pave the way for greater times, and the same issues you had on the last job are the same ones that seem to be chasing you through everything in your life? What do you do? What do you do when the same stuff that you shouted about on Sunday seems to have grown stronger on Monday? What do you do when it seems like your back is against the wall and you don't know how to fix anything and everything seems to be going crazy and the world is upside down and the people that you thought were on your side seems to have your name in their mouth, but it's not to aid you? What do you do? Because this is where I find ourselves in this text, that this Jesus that has told us about ruling and reigning and having authority over all of the stuff. What do you do when this same Jesus has succumbed to the natural death? What do you do when it seems like that everything else in your life has been told to you, the stuff that you shouted about? You've seen him open blinded eyes, but at this moment you realize that now his eyes have been closed. What do you do when it seems like help is not coming and it seems so far away? What do you do when you signed up to ride out with King Jesus? What do you do when it seems like you have all of this stuff, all of these things, all of the accoutrements of life, and it seems like you're still short because you seem like you took the raw end of the deal? What do you do when it seems like you are all by yourself? It is a dilemma that the world finds itself in John 19. It's a problem. It's a dilemma. It's a situation. It's really tormenting, because what do you do when what you have prayed for has come to answer, and it's not what you thought it would be? What do you do? What do you do when your back is against the wall and it seems like what you signed up for and the things that you've assigned your attention to and arrested for your mindset to be has said, you said, I'm going to ride with King Jesus? What do you do when it seems like you've tied yourself to the master and it seems like he's not answering? I know it's easy. I know that people will tell you all of the stuff that he is, but I came to talk to 2 or 3 people that on a Good Friday at noon will say, I haven't always had what I wanted to have. I've not always experienced what I wanted to experience. Everything that I thought that this would be, it's not always been. I need 2 or 3 people that's watching me today that'll say, I've had some storms and I've had some rain. I've had some hills to climb. And the problem in this text, the problem with me is that the same Jesus that I've cried about, the same Jesus that I've talked to. What do you do when it seems like he's not answering? When it seems like he is going through a process of his own? Because guess what? I'm telling you that there are a lot of things that they've called him over time. I got text, I got Bible that they've called him leader, that he's led the people in and out of cities. He's led marches, he's led services, he's led, they've called him ruler because they said that he was going to be a king. He was going to reign. And the problem is that they called him a teacher. They called him because he could teach like none other. They called him, but the most of all that they realized about him is they called him a hope. And I just came to ask 2 or 3 people that's going through something right now. What do you do when you have to lay your hope in the ground? No, I know y'all are all saved, sanctified, and sold out for the Savior with an S on your chest. And you are proud to be an American, and you are glad because of everything that you've been through and all that you're going through, and you can't let nobody turn you around. But I need 2 or 3 people, and I'll make 4 all by my doggone self, that'll say, I've been through too much. I've been through some storms. I've been through some rain. I've had some sickness. I've had some pain. I've had some people that have lied on me and talked about me. And I felt at a point in my life where like my whole hope was gone. I felt like my back was against the wall and I was tired. I was frustrated. I was angry. I was disappointed in the people and the process. I'm sick of procedures. I'm sick of people talking about me. I'm sick of gossiping. I don't even want to gossip about nobody else because my hope is gone. See, everybody want to talk about noonday on Friday, but can I get some people that have had their cry about the initial reaction of him dying? But what do I do with a dead Jesus? What do I do when my hope is buried? What do I do when I feel like I'm calling him and he not, watch this, not won't answer, but he can't? I'm glad you asked me. 3 things, and I'm gonna get out of here. I got to get out of y'all way. I'm already over my time. I said I wasn't gonna be long. The first thing that we realize in this text is that you have to remember your connections. Watch this, y'all. Watch this. How do you have the dilemma of a dead Jesus? How do you get past that thing? You have to remember your connections. Don't run past it too quick. It's right here in the text. And verse 38, that Joseph went and asked Pilate's permission to take the body of Jesus away. Watch this, y'all. That Joseph was a secret disciple because he did not want to stir up problems. And I understand that you want everybody that is your friend and that rides with you and talks with you to be able to that will brag on the relationship that you have with them, and you want them to be the ones that are there when your back is against the wall and you can't fight for yourself. But I came to tell you that after I've been through what I've been through and I've seen what I've seen, I came to tell you most of the time it's the people that's quiet in the back that got your back. Y'all don't want to hear me. I don't know who Peter knew, and I don't know exactly what his connections were, but I'm telling you who wasn't in the meeting. I'm telling you that Matthew, James, and John were not in the meeting. That I'm telling you that Luke was not in the meeting. I'm telling you who was there. That there was a disciple by the name of Joseph, and he was there because he had connections. He could get in the room. And see, I need somebody to understand this. Don't write off people because they don't run with you every day. Don't write off people because they don't ride with you every day. Don't write off people because they don't have the same views and opinions of you. Because some people are not designed to run in the crowd. Some people are there for you to be transparent with, for you to be real with, for you to have an understanding with, to sit at your feet when nobody else understands it. And I understand that some people need people to be there every day, but it's the people that when they pick up the phone, you know that things are going to happen, because you got to remember your connections. Y'all don't want to hear me. See, some of my best friends, I don't talk to them every day, don't talk to them every month, but when I pick up the phone and I call them, they answer because they know that this is not for play, this is for real. I need something to jump off. See, everybody, watch this, y'all. Everybody ought to have some people that'll get with you and know when you're getting ready to get some stuff jumping. And see, you ought to know what friends to call for what. The problem is that we miscategorize friends. We put the rowdy friends with the snooty friends. You need somebody that'll come in and say, hey, I don't know what you're going through. I don't know what you're doing, but I seen a post you put up and I know that ain't where you're trying to go. And then you need somebody else that'll call you and be ready. Look, take that off of Facebook, but tell me all about it. Because everybody can't handle the real you. You need to have some people with some real connections. Somebody say, remember your connections. Remember your connections. See, you always have to have a guy that can do everything. See, I watch this, y'all. I got friends that ain't saved. I got friends that ain't coming and marching up the King's Highway. But if I call them, they'll answer. See, most of us struggle because we in chapter 19 and verse 38, and we mad because where was Matthew? Where was John? Because you don't have a Joseph that'll come in and say, hey, look, I know that I wasn't on the boat. I know that I wasn't on the road. I know that I wasn't in between Jerusalem and Jericho. But guess where I'm at? When they needed somebody to claim the body, they called me. See, everybody. That's just why he calls this the writer, and when he pens it and calls it the body of Christ, he's literally saying that we all play a different part. You can't have the finger trying to see. Y'all not trying to hear me. But what the finger understands is what the eye can see, the finger can point at. See, I don't need everybody trying to see for me. I need some people moving and grabbing, and I need some people just looking around, and I need some people to make some noise if something jump off. If something jumps off, I don't need my hands. I might need to make some noise. See, I need some people with some real connections. Y'all don't want to hear me. Y'all don't want to hear me. That you have to understand and have to remember your connections. Why would you remember your connections when you got a dead Jesus? It's because you don't understand that you need to get some people around you that can get some authority in your life. I got to get out of here. I know I'm past my time. First thing you have to do is remember your connections. The second thing you have to do is you have to rest on God's plan. Yeah, I'm sorry, y'all. I thought I was going to be deeper than this. It's been a while since I've been at Genesis. Thank y'all so much for having me. Dr. Williams, thank you so much, Nano. I love y'all. See y'all soon. But let me give you point number 2. You have to rest on his plan. Matthew 12:40 says, Jesus declares that for as Jonah was 3 days and 3 nights in the belly of a huge fish, so will the Son of Man be 3 days and 3 nights in the heart of the earth. Watch this. He said unto them, Mark 9:31, he said unto them, the Son of Man is going to be delivered into the hands of men. They will kill him, and after 3 days, he will be raised. Why would you tell us about rest on his plan? Because Drake wasn't the only person that knew that God had a plan. Because you cannot act as if this caught God by surprise. Y'all don't want to hear me in here today. That most of us, you keep living in the now and you don't realize the power in what you're going through isn't in the now. It was in the word that was spoken in your then. Watch this. Not the word that's spoken in your now. It's the word that was spoken in your then, because you're living in your now, but the word was back then. The word, watch this. The word was spoken in the spirit. So the word had to be spoken in the spirit so you can grab it in the natural. What does that mean? It says that he prophesied some stuff way back when he was alive. So when he died, you had something to hold on to. Y'all don't want to hear me. See, most of us want to live in the now. You want your now to be perfect. You want your now to make sense. You want your now to bring all of the stuff together. You want your now to act as if everything is all right. But I need 2 or 3 people that'll say with me on a Friday at noon that I don't know what's in my now, but I'm still living off some of the words that were spoken in my then. Y'all didn't come to hear me. I got some words way back, way back that I'm still living on. I'm still breathing on. I'm still here because of some words that was spoken way back then. Why am I still living on the word? Because he told me that he was going to die. And I remember he said it. I remember something faintly in my mind that told me that he was going to die. But y'all, I don't think, I feel it right there in my pinky toe. I don't think the story ends there, y'all. Because when I was a kid, I would be reading my books and I'd be looking through my books and it would get real bad in my books, and I'll be in my book. And the problem was I thought that it was the end of my book because the story had seemed like it had gotten to the end because the hero was dead. The person that I thought was going to get us out of it seems to have met his end. But the problem was that it was still book left. Y'all don't want to hear me. Somebody just thank God for the next chapter. See, some of us keep trying to tell God that we're over and we're done with it. But he says you didn't get to the end of the book. The story doesn't end there. They hung him high, they stretched him wide. He hung his head for me, and I understand that that's love. But baby, don't stop singing right there, because that's not how it ends. Y'all didn't come to hear me. That's book left in my story. See, I'm tired of people that have written me off and don't understand that. I remember when he was this, and I remember he did that, and I didn't like the way he did that, and I didn't appreciate the way he did that. Well, baby, let me tell you something. Let me give you clarity. Let me give you conviction about where God has, because it doesn't matter what you liked. It doesn't matter what you've been through. It doesn't matter who liked you while you were going through it. You just ought to take peace and love and joy in the simple fact that you didn't come here to stay. I didn't come here to be here all by myself. I don't care about who likes me and who don't like me. I don't care about what stories they know and whether it's true or false. But I came to tell somebody that God has a plan. And guess what? It might look like I've got a dilemma on my hands, but before the dilemma came, I had a word. And I need 2 or 3 people that's watching me today. I'll make number 4 all by my doggone self and shout in this place, because I'm living on the word. I'm living on the word. He told me that he wasn't going to stay there long. And guess what? How do I deal with the dilemma of a dead Jesus? I rest on his plan. 3 things. I'm out of here, y'all. I'm pushing past, and I got to come back, and I got to get out of here, y'all. 3 things. First thing is you have to remember your connections. You always know somebody that can get you out of a jam. Second thing you have to do is you have to rest on God's plan. Because God has a plan. He didn't leave you here to stay. Third and final thing you have to do is you have to realize where you place them. I'm through, y'all. I got to go. I got to go. They got ready to take the body of Jesus. They got all of the stuff that they were going to anoint the body with. They began to wrap the body up in the linen and the strips and the spice. And they got ready to do it. And as they were taking him down, there was a garden. And when they saw a garden, they got and went and found a tomb in the garden. Y'all, why didn't you say, remember where you placed them? Realize where you placed them. Because guess what? What I realized is that seed goes in the ground. Somebody didn't come to hear me. I just came to tell 2 or 3 people. I don't know what you came to hear. I don't know what you came to see. But I came to tell you that watch where people bury you. Watch fighting people that keep trying to put you in the ground. They keep trying to act as if you're not gonna make it. They keep trying to act as if where you come from is where you're going to end up. But I need 2 or 3 people that's watching me today that say, I'm shouting because I let some people bury me. And because where they buried me, they didn't realize that there was a seed in me. And when they put the seed in me in the ground, because it was a garden, the ground was already fertilized. And what they watched is what you put in the ground is never what comes back up. Y'all didn't come to have church. Y'all didn't come to say amen because you didn't realize what people have placed you. They've put you in the ground. They've given up on you. They've talked about you. They say you too old, you too stuck in your ways, that you do this and you do that. But watch what they do. Watch what you fight, because you have to understand that some people put you in the ground and you have to say, you know what? I'm not going to fight you, because a seed goes in the ground. What went down lifeless is going to come up sprouting full of life. What you put in, because why? Because they put my Jesus in the ground. And when he came back 3 days later, he wasn't y'all not trying to hear me today. I just need somebody to say, I'm going down, but I'm not going down to stay. The Bible says that a man falls 7 times, you have to get back up. How do you watch this? If you fall 7, just make sure you got one more get up in you than you got fall down. I need somebody that'll shout with me today. What is the dilemma that you deal with a dead Jesus? I'm glad y'all asked me. I'm going to get out of y'all way. My time is up. What do you do with a dead Jesus? You put him in the ground, because sooner or later he's going to come back up. Because he had a plan. What was the plan? That 3 days later, I feel a holler right there, that he's going to come back. He's going to knock at my door. How do you do? Because what do you deal with when you got stuff going on, when you got life has come against you, and people have turned their backs on you, when it seems like God isn't hearing you, when it seems like because guess what? You realize where they placed him at. And if he's in the ground, he's gonna come back up. Guess what? Because the bounce back is better than anything else that you could have in your life. I want 2 or 3 people that'll say with me, I can't fix it. I can't fix it. I can't fix it. I can't fix it. But the hymn writer says, it is well with my soul. I need somebody that'll write that with me. It is well. The dilemma of a dead Jesus is it is well. Wow, what a word. What do you do with the dilemma of a dead Jesus? Wow. So thank you all so much for joining us. If you are looking for a church home, just put it right there in the chat. Put it right there in the chat. Hey, that we are looking for a church home. We want to be a part of the Genesis Church. But if that's not you and you say, hey, Pastor, I'm not looking for a church home, I just love it here. Just shoot up some hearts. If you're looking, if you've never been saved, say, I want to be born again. Put that in the chat. We want to welcome you to Christ. What I'm going to ask everybody to do, as we wrap up this here afternoon worship service, is everybody to sow a seed of $20. These are the ways that you can do it. You can do it through the website. You can do it through text, or you can do it through Cash App. I ask you, sow a seed of $20. Sow a seed of $20 today. So I'm going to ask that you do that with us. Let's sow today. Remember, join us in person on Sunday at 12:30 p.m. 3225 West Orem Drive. 3225 West Orem Drive. God is going to do some glorious, miraculous things in that place. Join us for worship. Be on time. Get your seat. We have all of the precautions in place. We have all of the social distancing. We will be having everything in place. We're going to have communion in the place on this Sunday. Telling y'all, it's going to be bananas. Great things are coming for the Genesis Church. Be blessed. See you all Sunday at 12:30. We out.
It could have been me.